All states have basic requirements for auto insurance. Florida has requirements that are, quite frankly, ridiculously low. There's only two types of coverage you're required to have in Florida. The first is property damage liability. That's the coverage that protects you in the event you have an accident, it's your fault, and you wreck somebody else's car. Your insurance then will pay for that other person's car. You're required to have that. You're not required to have coverage that'll fix your own car. The second type of coverage you're required to have in Florida is personal injury protection coverage. That will cover your medical bills in the event that you're involved in an accident and get hurt, regardless of fault, up to $10,000. Beyond that, there's no other requirements. And that's a very dangerous place to be, because if you have a bad accident and you get hurt and it's not your fault, the first thing you're going to want to know is, well, can the other person afford to pay for my claim? Well, the question is going to be, do they have bodily injury coverage? That's not required in the state of Florida, which to me is crazy, but it's not. So if they don't have any coverage, probably the reason they don't have any coverage is because they can't afford it, which means if they don't pay for that coverage, they can't pay for your claim. So you're going to be out of luck unless you have uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage that you've paid for on your policy. That is probably the most important coverage you can have in the state of Florida, and probably any state in the country, actually. Because what that does is when you have an accident and you're hurt and it's not your fault, and the other driver either has no bodily injury coverage or a low policy limit with not enough coverage, your insurance company then will stand in the shoes of that person and they'll pay that claim for you up to the limit of the coverage that you purchased. So I tell everybody, buy as much uninsured motorist coverage as you can. Nobody plans on getting into an accident. It just happens. And when that happens, if you don't have coverage, the worst place you can be is no bodily injury coverage, no uninsured motorist coverage. You're going to be out of luck.